Right, so you've got your visa approved, you booked your tickets, you're moving to the US, but you're getting migraines, you're losing your sleep over thinking, what next? When I move to the US, what am I gonna do? You're stressful about it. Don't worry, I'm here. I'm going to help you understand what are the most important things to do when you move to the US so that you don't lose your sleep over it, and people that are behind you doing this because they're concerned for you, right? I'm gonna help you with it. Don't worry about it. So, the first most important thing to do when you move to the US is get a boyfriend. Wait, no, 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 no. So, the first thing that you need to do is get a room, get an apartment, get a house, whatever. If you want to rent, you rent. If you can afford to buy a house, go for it. But it's not worth staying at an Airbnb and paying so much money. It's really not worth it. Get an apartment, a house near the university. Second, open a bank account. There are a few banks that if you're younger than 25, they give you some benefits. Like one of them would be you don't have to maintain a minimum balance. You can have zero in your account and still not have to pay any charge on it. For example, I opened Chase when I moved to the US. I was less than 25, so I could do that. I still can have that benefit of having less than $0 in my account. I say less than $0, but I can have $0 in my account and still not pay any charge on it. So do that, open a bank account. You can use your passport, any other documents that you have like an I-20 to open a bank account. Third, so these are not going to be in any order. You can have them in order, but I'm just talking about the most important things that you need to be doing when you move to the US. So we spoke about getting a room, getting a house. Second, opening a bank account. Third, get an on-campus job. This helps you with a couple of other things. Getting an on-campus job, obviously, it gives you money. Second, it also helps you get a social security number. This is important if you want to apply for a job in the US. It can be any job, on-campus job, internship. You need a social security number. So please try to get an on-campus job. Fourth, try to learn English and the American culture. When I say this, I do not mean that you can't speak English. Obviously, you can. But I mean to say improve yourself with your English, because if you have to prove your point or talk about your point across accurately, you need to be good with English. I'm not perfect, nobody is. You just keep improving. Learning the American culture is very important. It's really different from what we've seen back home. To make friends with your peers, with your colleagues, if you have to have an interaction, it's really important that you know their culture so that you can have a common base to talk about. Get a credit card. It's really important to start building your credit history as soon as possible. It helps you with a few things: getting a car, getting a house, getting, if you want to get a loan in the US, all of that. Even some houses, even if you want to move to a new house, they ask you for your credit history, right? So it's really important for you to get a credit history. I can link my credit card down below. It can give you $100 bonus if you sign up using my code. If you want, you can do it. It's one of the most recommended credit cards to start off as a student. It's the Discover Bank. You can do that if you want. I'll leave the link down in the description. For a few other videos, I'll leave the links at the top so you can watch those videos as well. The next most important one is to get your license or a state ID, or you can get a real ID. Now I'm going to quickly talk about what that means. You can get a license to drive your car, or if you want to get a bike, you can get a bike and get a bike license. That's two different things here. But when I say a real ID is a combination of both your driver's license and your state ID. So you can have both of them in one. Or if you cannot get a license as soon as you move here, obviously you can opt in for a state-only ID. State-only ID, you cannot use that as your driver's license. So currently I have two different. I have a state ID and a license. And when it expires, I think it's already expired, I have to go to the DMV and get my real ID so I can combine both my license and my state ID. Make friends. It's really important to make friends. You can make friends with your colleagues, your peers. Join a book club. You can make friends there. Join the sports club if you want. Then I moved to the US. It was COVID, so I couldn't make a lot of friends. I'm really lonely if I think about it. Getting back to the point, make friends. If you want to enjoy your life in the US, you really need to have friends. Make sure you have some really good ones. That's important. And I think that's pretty much it. I'm not going to talk basically a lot of input in all of them. If you want me to talk about something in specific, let me know. We can definitely do that. But I just wanted to touch base and help you guys. Don't worry about it. Enjoy life. It comes and goes. It's not really a big deal. You can make friends, you can make money, all of that, but just make sure that you enjoy life with whatever you want. You want to buy a watch, go ahead, buy it. You want to buy a shoe, go ahead, buy it. Just enjoy life. Don't stress over too much. Don't lose your sleep. Obviously, you're going to get migraines. It's all a part of the journey, but just make sure that you enjoy what you're doing. See you in the next one.